mindfulness, gyoji. Continuous practice day and night is the dharma of repaying the debt of gratitude. Sometimes when the method is extraordinarily simple, when you have to do the same thing again and again in a slightly different way, with a sense of newness, a sense of freshness. Same activity, but not done monotonously, not done because you have to do it. When the action required is that simple, asking you to do as little as possible, consistently, it poses its own set of challenges, very different from activities that are obviously challenging. How difficult is it to understand the inward journey? Conceptually, theoretically, it is so simple. As an example that is often used, if the pond is muddy and you want to drink some water, what is it that you can do to clear out the mud? You can think of all kinds of ways, creative ways, innovative ways. But the best way is to wait for a while. There is a reason why the water is muddy. Maybe an animal has moved. Maybe it has rained. Something has happened that has stirred the mud from the bottom. If you give it enough time, it is in the natural order of things for it to settle. Your mind is not very different. Your life is not very different. If you don't keep on stirring it, if you allow things to settle, whether you want it or not, the settling will happen. The challenge on the spiritual path is to find a path where the path itself is carrying you along. Even when you are reluctant, even when you are sleepy, even when you don't want to walk, there is a path where the path itself is the movement. The path inward is one such path. It is not a dead path. It is a living, moving path. It's like a flowing stream. You throw a leaf into that stream, whether the leaf wants to go or not, it will be carried away. That's the best practice. A practice that has become so natural, so in tune with the movement of life, that the effort that is required on your part is very minimum compared to the amount of effort you put in to accomplish things on the outside. Here, you have to constantly put in the effort to make sure that you're not doing too much. You're only doing what is necessary. Dogen is talking about a continuous practice, continuous remembering, the art of just reminding yourself that you are there, which repays all your debts. Now, what is this continuous practice and what is this debt? the continuous practice is mindfulness. The only foundational principle of the spiritual journey. Everything else revolves around this. The whole struggle is to bring your mind, body, and the present moment in one alignment. Can I experience this moment with a sense of coherence where I feel one? Except for this experience of being in the present moment, everywhere else you are being pulled in many directions. You are being torn apart. That is what you experience as disturbance, agitation, that feeling of wanting to go home, that feeling of being far away from where you're supposed to be. It's that weird feeling you get when you've gone somewhere and you've been busy engaging and interacting with things, and you just forgot something very important. And you realize you have to get back home to finish that task. Now, this thought sits at the back of your mind, coloring everything else you're doing. It's constantly reminding you that yes, this experience is beautiful, but it's not real. Your real home is somewhere else. Your real activity is something else. This is just fun. You're just on a vacation. Now, what kind of vacation is that if you have to constantly keep on remembering that it's a vacation? True vacation is when you can forget your worries, when you can forget the home, when you can forget your activities and simply become that vacation. But more often than not, it's just a constant struggle because you know that's not your natural state. Vacation is not your natural state in the context of vacation. That is what we experience on a daily basis. Because we are not where we are supposed to be, we are always somewhere else, there is this constant nagging to do things right, to judge your actions, to criticize, question, condemn. From where stems all kinds of disturbance? It's because there is no continuous remembering. The habit of coming back to the present moment, the habit of bringing the mind, body, and the present moment together, the habit of mindfulness has not been cultivated. Hence, you are unable to repay the debt. Now, what is the debt? The debt is the burden of accumulated thoughts and actions. When a thought takes over you, when a desire takes over you, when an action takes over you without your conscious awareness, it is a debt you have to repay. Because it is not your action. You did not consciously create it. You did not move towards it. You did not work to create it. You were just taking a walk like a bird shitting on you, it just fell on you. Now, if something falls on you without you asking for it, it is a burden. You have to get rid of it. Sooner or later, you have to realize that, oh, what is this? Let me change my clothes. Let me wash myself. It's the same with almost all our thoughts, almost all our desires. They simply fall like shit from here and there. But because we have different ways of describing that thing that is clinging to us, we cover its ugliness in words, in ideas, and we have enough people around us. We always surround ourselves with enough people who will always say, whatever you're doing, whatever your desiring process is, they will say, this is wonderful. It will get you somewhere. The narrative is a part of your life. Supporting your dreaming, irrespective of whether it's helping you or not, is a part of your dreaming process. If someone doesn't support you, you don't interact with them much. You drop them out. People who are constantly pointing out your mistakes, constantly wanting you to improve, constantly wanting you to return to the source, you will not like them. You would gravitate towards those places where you are just appreciated for all the things that you have not done, you have simply accumulated. Things have just fallen on you. Mindfulness is the only thing that can wash you clean of the debt of unwanted accumulation of thoughts and actions.